Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the intricate web of deception, family drama, and potential criminal activities unfolding in Port Charles. The beloved characters we've followed for years are facing new challenges that will test their relationships and moral boundaries in ways we never expected. The blackmail game. Alexis Davis finds herself in an impossible situation as Ava Jerome delivers shocking evidence against Christina Davis. In Alexis's office, the atmosphere is thick with tension as Ava confidently presents footage from the parking garage that allegedly proves Christina attempted to murder her. The revelation leaves Alexis completely stunned, unable to process that her daughter could be capable of such a heinous act. "I have everything I need to send your precious daughter to prison for a very long time," Ava declares with a calculating smile, her eyes gleaming with the power she now holds over the Davis women. Ava doesn't stop at mere accusations, she makes substantial financial demands, effectively cornering Alexis with an impossible choice: pay up or watch Christina face serious criminal charges. The veteran attorney, usually composed and strategic, finds herself uncharacteristically rattled as she contemplates the potential consequences of Ava's blackmail scheme. "Think about it, Alexis," Ava taunts, casually examining her manicure. "Is protecting your daughter's freedom worth the price I'm asking? Because I assure you, prison orange is not Christina's color." Mother-daughter reconciliation. Meanwhile, across town, Brooklyn Quartermain and Lois Cerullo engage in a heart-to-heart conversation that could potentially heal their fractured relationship. Following Harrison Chase's thoughtful advice, Brooklyn seems ready to mend fences with her mother rather than coming clean about whatever secret she's been harboring. The Quartermain mansion provides a backdrop of old money and family history as the two strong-willed women attempt to find common ground. Lois, with her characteristic Brooklyn accent and straightforward manner, suggests that her daughter seems inclined toward honesty, but Brooklyn appears more focused on repairing their relationship without raising any red flags. "Mom, we've wasted too much time fighting," Brooklyn says softly, reaching for her mother's hand. "Maybe we can start fresh without digging up every mistake we've both made." What Brooklyn doesn't realize is that Lois is keeping a monumental secret from her. Giovanni Gio Palmieri, Brooklyn's own son, is living under the same roof. This bombshell revelation waits in the wings, threatening to destroy any progress they might make in rebuilding their bond. Dangerous liaisons. Jordan Ashford continues her dangerous game with Jen Sidwell, much to Isaiah Gannon's growing concern. The police commissioner's strategy of getting close to Sidwell as part of her undercover operation is becoming increasingly risky, especially as Sidwell requests a private meeting with her. Following what appears to be a job offer extended in Wednesday's episode, Jordan finds herself walking a precarious tightrope between maintaining her cover and avoiding becoming too entangled in Sidwell's criminal web. "You're getting in too deep," Isaiah warns her in a hushed tone during a clandestine meeting at the docks. Sidwell doesn't make offers without expecting something substantial in return. Jordan, however, remains committed to her plan, her determination unwavering despite the mounting dangers. "This might be our only chance to bring him down," she counters, her resolve evident in the set of her jaw. Matters of the heart. Curtis Ashford becomes the bearer of bad news as he approaches Laura Collins with unfortunate updates. His expression is grim as he delivers information that could relate to the ongoing situation with Drew Kane or perhaps even involve Jen Sidwell's latest machinations. The conversation takes place in Laura's office, where the mayor's concern grows with each word Curtis speaks. "I wish I had better news," Curtis says apologetically, sliding a folder across her desk. "But you need to see this immediately." Elsewhere in Port Charles, Lulu Spencer opens her heart to Cody Bell, confessing her lingering feelings for her ex, Dante Falconeri. The sunlight streams through the windows of Kelly's diner as Lulu nervously fidgets with her coffee cup. "Do you think I should tell him how I feel?" she asks Cody, vulnerability evident in her voice. "Or am I just setting myself up for heartbreak all over again?" Cody, showing surprising emotional intelligence, provides the encouragement Lulu needs to take this leap of faith. His words resonate with her, giving her the courage to plan a heartfelt confession to Dante about her enduring love. Family concerns. In a private moment at Sonny's penthouse, Christina Corinthos Davis shares something significant with her father, though it appears she's not yet ready to admit her involvement in the car sabotage incident. The luxurious surroundings contrast with the heaviness of their conversation as Christina skillfully redirects the discussion towards Sonny's health concerns. "Dad, you can't keep putting this off," Christina pleads, genuine worry etched across her features. "This heart surgery isn't optional, it's necessary." Sonny, stubborn as ever, attempts to downplay his condition, but Christina's emotional appeal seems to make an impact. Her concern for her father temporarily overshadows the guilt she carries about her own dangerous actions. "Promise me you'll schedule the surgery," she insists, gripping his hand tightly. "I can't lose you, Dad. None of us can." What remains unspoken between them is the irony of Christina's concern for her father's life while she herself may have attempted to take another's. This complex duality of her character creates a fascinating psychological study of a woman caught between family loyalty and dangerous impulses. As the various storylines continue to unfold in Port Charles, the interconnected lives of these characters promise more drama, revelations, and emotional confrontations in the days to come. The question remains, who will emerge unscathed from these tangled webs of secrets and lies? Next, we will learn about the dramatic developments unfolding in Port Charles, where tensions are reaching a boiling point and relationships are being tested to their limits. Family turmoil and maternal fury. Carly Spencer's patience has finally reached its breaking point in a confrontation that viewers won't soon forget. Upon discovering that Willow Tate Corinthos has made the bold decision to relocate herself and the children into Drew Kane's residence while Michael remains in treatment overseas, Carly's protective maternal instincts flare dramatically. The timing of this move couldn't be more insensitive, as Michael continues his painful recovery in a specialized German burn unit, unable to defend his family interests. During what begins as a heated verbal exchange, Willow makes a particularly inflammatory statement while defending Drew's controversial actions. This pushes Carly beyond her already tenuous self-control, resulting in her attempting to physically strike Willow across the face. The shocking scene unfolds with Jason Morgan present, desperately trying to de-escalate the situation before irreparable damage is done to the family dynamic. Willow's decision to essentially replace Michael with Drew while her husband fights for recovery thousands of miles away raises serious questions about her loyalty and judgment. By choosing this moment to establish a new domestic arrangement with Drew, she may have crossed a line from which there's no return. The expression on Carly's face during this confrontation suggests that Willow might have severely underestimated the consequences of her actions. Blackmail and financial desperation. Ava Jerome finds herself in dire financial straits but has discovered a potential solution through morally questionable means. Having obtained video evidence that could send Christina Corinthos Davis to prison for a considerable length of time, Ava sees an opportunity for financial gain rather than justice. Her desperate financial situation stems from Alexis Davis blocking access to what Ava considers her rightfully earned divorce settlement. The incriminating evidence reveals Christina's shocking sabotage of Rick Lansing's vehicle, where she deliberately cut the brake lines believing the car belonged to Ava. This dangerous act of attempted revenge demonstrates how far Christina's hatred for Ava has pushed her into criminal territory. Ava's strategic thinking extends beyond simply targeting Sonny for extortion. She recognizes the potential to leverage this information against both Sonny and Alexis simultaneously. While Sonny would pay to protect his daughter, Alexis might be motivated by a desire to secure proper psychological intervention for Christina once learning the extent of her daughter's dangerous actions. The complex web of family loyalty, legal jeopardy, and financial desperation creates a perfect storm of blackmail potential that Ava seems fully prepared to exploit to rebuild her depleted finances. Mysterious connections and hidden truths. Sonny Corinthos finds himself at the center of multiple escalating crises that test his legendary resilience. Beyond family troubles, he's becoming increasingly suspicious of Natalia Ramirez's secretive behavior, particularly after discovering her unexpected connection to Jen Sidwell. This revelation has prompted Sonny to demand full transparency about the nature of their relationship. The discovery that Natalia was previously married to Sidwell provides Sonny with potential leverage to extract critical information about this mysterious newcomer to Port Charles. Sonny's instincts tell him that Sidwell cannot be trusted, and he's determined to uncover the man's true agenda in coming to town. Most concerning to Sonny is the possibility that Sidwell may be directly responsible for the tragic incident that left Michael severely injured and receiving treatment abroad. This suspicion adds urgency to Sonny's investigation, as he fears Sidwell may pose an ongoing threat to his family. Natalia's reluctance to divulge details about her ex-husband suggests she may be protecting either Sidwell or herself from Sonny's notorious methods of handling those who harm his loved ones. The question remains whether Natalia is an unwitting pawn in Sidwell's schemes or a willing accomplice with her own hidden motives. The mounting pressure on Sonny. The convergence of these multiple crises creates unprecedented pressure on Sonny Corinthos, testing his legendary ability to maintain control under stress. With his son Michael severely injured and receiving specialized treatment overseas, his daughter Christina facing potential imprisonment, and mysterious new threats emerging in Port Charles, Sonny finds himself fighting battles on multiple fronts simultaneously. Ava's blackmail scheme comes at the worst possible time, exploiting Sonny's vulnerability and divided attention. Her financial desperation makes her particularly dangerous, as she has little left to lose and sees extortion as her path to financial recovery after being denied what she considers her fair divorce settlement. Meanwhile, the mystery surrounding Jen Sidwell deepens, with Natalia's reluctance to share information only intensifying Sonny's suspicions. If Sidwell is indeed responsible for Michael's injuries, Sonny's response will likely be swift and merciless once he confirms the connection. The question that hangs over Port Charles is whether the legendary Sonny Corinthos can successfully navigate these simultaneous crises without suffering a catastrophic breakdown in his carefully constructed empire. His enemies are circling, family members are making dangerous decisions, and new threats emerge daily in this perfect storm of drama and danger. Next, we will learn about the issue surrounding Ava Jerome's dangerous investigation into Rick Lansing's breakline sabotage and how it might put her directly in the crosshairs of Port Charles's most dangerous players. Sonny's protective instincts. Sonny Corinthos isn't going to stand idly by while Ava Jerome targets his daughter Christina. The coffee importer has always been fiercely protective of his children, and with his heart condition already causing concerns, this added stress could prove catastrophic for his health. Sonny's history with Ava has been tumultuous at best, filled with betrayals, alliances of convenience, and shared grief over their daughter Avery. When Sonny discovers Ava's suspicions about Christina, we can expect his notorious temper to flare. His mob connections run deep in Port Charles, and despite his recent medical vulnerabilities, his influence remains formidable. The question isn't whether Sonny will retaliate, but how severely and through what channels he'll choose to protect Christina from Ava's accusations. Christina's possible involvement. Could Christina Corinthos Davis actually be behind the breakline sabotage? Her character has evolved significantly over the years, from rebellious daughter to a more complex individual with her own motivations and secrets. If she is indeed the culprit, her reasons must be compelling enough to risk her father's empire and her own freedom. Perhaps Rick crossed Christina in ways we haven't yet discovered. Their interactions have been limited on screen, but much happens in Port Charles when cameras aren't rolling. Christina might have legitimate grievances against the attorney that pushed her to take drastic action. Her history with impulsive decisions makes this theory particularly plausible. The revelation of Christina as the saboteur would create ripple effects throughout Port Charles, especially within the Corinthos family dynamic. How would Sonny reconcile his protective instincts with the knowledge of his daughter's criminal actions? Red herrings and false leads. Ava's investigation has led her down numerous dead-end paths, with suspects multiplying faster than she can eliminate them. Her list of potential culprits spans from obvious candidates like Sonny to more obscure connections in Port Charles's underworld. Each false lead consumes valuable time and resources while potentially alerting the real saboteur to her activities. These red herrings aren't merely distractions, they're actively endangering Ava by creating a false sense of progress. While she believes she's closing in on the truth, she may actually be circling further away from it, leaving herself vulnerable to the actual perpetrator who remains free to observe her movements and plan accordingly. The gallery owner's tendency to trust her instincts has served her well in past confrontations, but this time, those same instincts might be leading her astray. The true culprit could be someone she's already dismissed or someone she hasn't even considered yet. Ava's dangerous obsession. Ava Jerome has transformed her curiosity about Rick's accident into a full-blown obsession that consumes her every waking moment. Her determination goes beyond mere interest, it's become a driving force that blinds her to potential dangers lurking in her periphery. This single-minded focus might stem from her complicated history with Rick or perhaps from a deeper need to prove herself as more than just Port Charles's resident schemer. Her investigative techniques have grown increasingly reckless, eavesdropping on private conversations, confronting suspects without backup, and making accusations that could have deadly consequences. This behavior isn't just impulsive. It's potentially self-destructive in a town where secrets are guarded with lethal force. What makes Ava's obsession particularly concerning is how it isolates her from potential allies. By keeping her theories and findings close to her chest, she's cutting herself off from resources and protection that could prove vital if she does identify the true saboteur. The mystery deepens. The sabotage of Rick Lansing's brake line represents more than just an isolated incident, it's a symptom of deeper conflicts brewing in Port Charles. Rick himself has a complicated history with numerous residents, each with potential motives for wanting him harmed. As district attorney and brother to Sonny Corinthos, his professional and personal entanglements create a web of possible enemies. The method of the attack, tampering with brake lines, suggests premeditation rather than a crime of passion. This wasn't a spontaneous act but a calculated attempt that required technical knowledge and access to Rick's vehicle. These details point toward a perpetrator who is methodical, patient, and possibly familiar with mechanics. As Ava digs deeper, additional mysteries surface. Was Rick the intended target, or was the sabotage meant for someone else who might have driven the car? Could this be connected to other recent accidents in Port Charles that seemed suspicious but were dismissed as coincidences? Potential consequences for the gallerista. Ava's relentless pursuit places her directly in harm's way, with multiple scenarios that could end disastrously for the gallerista. If she confronts Sonny with accusations against Christina, she risks reigniting a feud with the Corinthos organization that she can't possibly win. Sonny's resources far outstrip Ava's, and his loyalty to his children is unwavering. Alternatively, if Christina truly is the culprit and Ava gets too close to the truth, the younger woman might take preventative action to silence Ava permanently. Christina has shown herself capable of extreme measures when cornered, and with her father's connections, she has access to means that could make Ava's demise appear accidental. Even if Ava manages to uncover the truth without confronting the wrong people, the revelation itself could upset Port Charles's delicate power balance. Some secrets are kept buried because their exposure would trigger consequences far beyond what anyone anticipates, including Ava herself. What lies ahead? As this mystery continues to unfold, viewers can expect increasingly tense confrontations between key players. Ava's investigation will likely lead her to unexpected alliances and betrayals from those she thought she could trust. The gallery owner's path forward is fraught with pitfalls, but her determination remains her greatest strength and potentially her fatal flaw. Will Ava recognize the danger before it's too late? Can she adjust her approach to avoid Sonny's wrath while still pursuing justice for Rick? The answers to these questions will shape not just Ava's future in Port Charles but potentially the landscape of power throughout the entire community. One thing remains certain: in Port Charles, the truth rarely stays buried forever, and when it emerges, it often does so with explosive consequences that no one, not even the clever Ava Jerome, can fully anticipate or control.